All right, we are continuing on with our additional questions for scenario 6. And going back to our game plan right now, we basically have these questions that we had to conjure up because there was no, it didn't exist. So based upon this, it says the order that we should go after is 13, 16, 14, 17, 15, and 18. The order matches the natural learning progression, guarantee the format, fix extraction errors. So we want to try to do things as much in an order that makes it easy for people to go out there and actually understand this. So I am just going to move a few things around, and it said basically, okay, the next one is 16. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this right here. Boom, 16. I am going to move this up here. And then it says the next one here is going to be 14. So I'm just going to leave that be right there. And then we got 17. So I'm just going to delete this. 17. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go out there. Well, here you go. And then now I have 17. So the next thing that I got here is $14. Hang on. I'm just going to make it easier for myself. Question 17. And then we have question 14. And I'm just going to do this a little bit later, but okay, now we have 15. Is going to be here. Boom. So we have 16, 14, 17, and then we've got 15. Boom. And then we need 18. So that comes back to here. Okay, I'm going to take this. Boom. Now we have 18. All right, and now that we have our order kind of already laid out, and this is actually the original question number 1 for this scenario. This is actually where people give up, don't give up. So it's got a reason for all this. Why am I actually even doing this or even walking you guys through it? Well, I'll show you guys the whole 0 to 1 process. All right, so now we can actually focus on this question. Your extraction pipeline. Got it. All right, so I am going to go out there and actually add this. What is the extraction pipeline? And what is JSON schemas? Oh, well, I should even talk about this. What is a structured output using tool use? And what does it mean when it's asking me to enforce it? Okay, your extraction pipeline, you have it defined. You have it defined 3 extraction types without pre-classifying yourself. Which tool choice configuration? I have actually no idea what this is actually asking for because we're in a completely different thing. So you have defined the extract. And then we got boom. Now we have this. I'm just gonna let it know. I have absolutely no idea what this question is even asking for. In the previous questions, I could at least somewhat utilize common sense and just, I would say, critical thinking and reasoning to kind of deduce at least what it's trying to get after. This one here, I have absolutely no freaking clue at all. So I'm probably going to need you to do a little bit additional explaining because so far I'm not getting this scenario. And I think it's because we're moving into more of a technical phase of the exam. So I'm going to need you to parse through this and give me a definition for pretty much all of the technical vocabulary of this question. I don't even understand what pre-classifying the document means. I don't even understand what tool underscore choice means. I don't know what it means to set tool choice to auto. I don't even understand what set tool choice to any means. Schema without the JSON. What it means to force extract underscore invoice. I don't understand what the system prompt means in this particular scenario. Even the explainers and why B is the correct answer. I don't even know why B is the correct answer. Yeah, I'm going to need some more explanation in this. Now we have, that's the example for option D. And that's exactly how you're going to be able to take this thing apart, right? So I'm going to take this right now. I think the most empowering thing about the way that I'm studying for this right now is, as you can see, even though I had gone through all the modules, it doesn't it's not as I don't know if you guys heard the stomach's growling, but it's not as easy for me to go ahead and actually pick up, especially because I haven't actually built. And this is actually the time it's oh yeah, you need to. It's nah, man, you got to go out there and figure out how to make it work your way because we're also on a schedule. But this is also people are looking for fundamentally different ways to go out there and actually approach learning these skills. So why 3 different schemas? Okay, so now that I basically am pulling up my cheat sheet right here, Let me rebuild this from the ground up before touching a single question option. So coming back here right now, I appreciate all the outpour of support. I'm going to go out there and tell you guys why it's so important for you guys to do this. The people that are going to be making the most money in tech, there's going to be three types of people. There's going to be the people that have, that can do growth monetization initiatives very well. They got the storytelling down. Maybe they're willing to put themselves out there as like an influencer for the business. And that's one side of it. That's a side that I think is really blue ocean because a lot of product managers don't want to put themselves out there more. I don't know why, but I respect it, right? The other side is going to be forward deployment. The third side is going to be cybersecurity. Depending on, they all have their advantages and then they also all have their disadvantages. So with growth monetization, I think that's where the market really is because we're looking to capture attention and leads and actually drive consumerism, consumer education, and working with influencers. If I was to go back in product management right now, I'd probably choose that. Or I would go ahead and do forward deployment. Forward deployment is really training people up. The problem, I would say, with growth monetization product management roles is that a lot of product managers are simply not interested in how to get more users. They just want to go ahead and build shit. And that's totally fine. Well, if you want to do that, well, you should just do more forward deployment stuff because that's as close as it gets to building. Companies don't really need builders per se because that's where the people that are really good at building, that are really, 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 really good at building, they're really fucking good at building. And those roles are trimming down, not because of there's a lack of demand for them. It's just you can move faster with less people. One of the most popular interview questions that we get for our program, how do you resolve a conflict between two developers? Or how do you go out there and do stakeholder management? People like working on teams up until they meet a person that's a fucking asshole. And unfortunately, in our racket, there's a lot of motherfucking assholes in the game. So it's they say, it's going to be great working on a team. How many freaking teams can you actually recall in your work history that you're actually that pumped up to be working with? Not a whole effing lot. And that's just a fact. So the only other side is that you have left is going to be forward deployed product management. And in that regard, it's not the person that knows AI the best, because I always get people that reach out and say, why is it that these people that don't seem to, they're teaching people the most basic AI concepts, they're making all this money? And I'm like, well, if you can go ahead and actually get people to believe that they can actually learn this shit themselves too, that's actually where the money really is at, because a lot of people want to go ahead and learn. Remember the acronym my team uses internally called AMPT. You've got high degree of attention, high degree of, there's a lot of money that's ready to be spent. I actually have not had enough time to even get along. There's so many projects I could be a part of. They all seem freaking exciting, but I haven't even gotten around to get into this. But I've had, especially in the Asian American community, there are, we really believe in the after school program for kids. Oh my gosh. Oh, where they prepare you for the SATs when you're younger. Holy moly. It is too much. It is way too much. They go out there and these brainwash kids go out there and just study all day. They're I've had a lot of people that's actually taking the program and refer people that's taking the program with us. They're we should get the kids started younger, but I was it's just too much work right now for me. We got to go ahead and focus on this Cloud Partner Network for starters. But structured, so now that I've broken it down, why are there three different schemas? Tool use, extraction pipeline, extract invoice, pre-classifying the document, tool choice of configuration, setting in Claude API that controls what Claude is allowed to do when it receives. Okay, all right. So now that I have it in relation to the question, I have a better understanding of how this is actually going to be used. Three types of documents. Okay, good. Now I'm actually ready for the next guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually pop in. After deploying your extraction pipeline, downstream compliance system. Okay, so this is actually question 14. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Catch y'all in the next video. Let's get it.